All right, so first we're going to create your first class. I'm going to demonstrate most of these slides. So if you want to do it as well with me, then open up a second tab, split some screen, and then we will do this together. And I'm actually going to stop sharing this screen and do my whole screen. Let's see if that works with me being on a dual monitor. There it comes. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to split my screen. That one didn't want to go all the way over, did it? There it goes. I have a bazillion things open. I am that person that always has 10,000 tabs going. Okay, so we're going to create your first classroom. So we're going to go to, you have multiple ways you can get there. We can go to our, I call it a hamburger. Other people will call it something else, but I call it the hamburger. So you're going to go to your hamburger and you're going to find your classroom here. I just learned this tip like maybe 2 days ago that you can click and drag your hamburger like apps to wherever you want it to be. So if you're always searching for one way deep down below, you can click and drag it. So if you're using that classroom often, I'd recommend clicking and dragging it to the top. So we're going to go to Classroom. The other way you can go to Classroom is up here, classroom.google.com. And that's just a fun other way to get there if you want. You can bookmark it to your bookmark tab. There's multiple ways, but I like just going to my hamburger for all my apps. So the way we're going to create a classroom is up here on this top of your toolbar, you'll have the plus sign, and we're going to create a class. So you can join a class. So we'll learn that in a little bit as how your students can join in this way, or you can create a class. And right now we're looking at creating a class. We're going to click Create Class. So when it pops up, you're going to need to name it. So we're going to call this Google Classroom 101, since this is what we're teaching. You don't have to have a section. Let's say we do because you need like section 1, 2, 3 for, let's say you teach Algebra 1 3 times a day. You want to have them separate 3 different classes. Subject, we'll call this, well, since we're talking about algebra, we could title Algebra, and then you can add a room number if you want. And we're going to hit Create. Maybe. There it goes. All right. I'm going to make this big for a second so you can see. So it kind of gives you a little quick tour of your Google Classroom. So it shows you your class code. So invite students to your class. This is the code that it automatically generates. You don't have to make this code. It automatically does it. So you want to save that. It's always there. So we're going to click Got It. And then you kind of see it's kind of basic looking here. So you got your class code, you can generate a Google Meet link here. So if I wanted to have it where if we're home sometimes, I can have them join online. If they're in class, they don't have to worry about it. So I can generate this Meet link, and this Meet link is attached to this classroom. So that's nice that it's just attached to the classroom. It's there. Students, when they log into their Google Classroom, they can just click that link. There's nowhere trying to keep it in my email or keep it on my Google Calendar. It's just in the classroom, easy access, kind of like going in the classroom itself. Going to the next one is joining a class code. So we made this classroom. We have our class code. So you can do this a few ways. You can display this big, and let's say it's the first day of class or the first day you've made this Google Classroom, and you're wanting students to join, and you haven't had, you didn't add them yourself, which we'll talk about that in a minute. You would have all the kids log into their Chromebooks, go to classroom.google or go to their Waffle or Hamburger and grab it, or go into Google Classroom, and then they would type in this code. So for example, I'll go back to my slideshow real fast and we'll just do it this way. I'm going to log into a different user. Let's see if it'll let me from a different. My Google is really struggling. I think it's probably because I have 10,000 tabs open. There it goes. Oh, it's not going to let me do Classroom for my private one. Let's go to Skyview. Okay. All right, so once you go to your classroom, you'll see your plus mark again. So that's create or join a class. We're going to click it. And this time we're going to click join a class. So this is what you would tell your students to do. And then I'm going to type in my class code here, QP6 BYWA, and then join. Hopefully it works. There it goes. All right, and then you see I'm automatically in. So that student is in now. We'll go back and forth with this. So now we are joined this classroom. We're going to go back to making our classroom. So you can select a theme. I'm kind of going back and forth. You can select a theme with your classroom. What that means is that this blue picture, let's say you absolutely hate blue, or you just don't like this picture, we can go select theme. And what that means is that you can pick whatever picture you would like out of here to be yours. If you're an English or history teacher, they kind of have some preset templates here for you. If you're math and science, you got your preset templates there. And then there's more art, sports, other. Look, there's some money. Gaming, if you're like a gaming club, you can make a club page for classroom. Knitting, I'm just going to click knitting randomly. And we're going to select that classroom theme. Now look at the way that picture looks. And when we come up here, it kind of is out of the frame. That's how it goes with it when it's shrinked. But when I make it bigger, it will be a little bit bigger. You also can upload a photo. It has to be a specific size, and I don't know that off the top of my head. But you can make your own picture to put in there. But do know that when you make your own picture, it does make it go dark. So it won't be as vibrant or bold as your original picture with that one. All right, now we're going to jump to people. So here you can track your students' progress, their assignments, their everything, but this is also where you add people. So you have a few options for adding. One, you can, oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing that link about how to make your own banner. Love it. There's a few ways you can add students here. First, you can click this little plus tool, and you can type their email in their name or their email. I'll type in that one and see if it'll let me add. So that's my other email. You could just type it in and then invite. Oh, it won't let me do it because it's not this domain. That's okay. And I already added myself there. So I did my link, but you can add students here through this. I think there's somebody else I can add, but no. You could type in these names or emails there. It'll automatically link. Let's say you have a teacher that added the student already. It should automatically pop up that they're already kind of in Google Classroom system, that you could just click and invite them. Once you send them the invite, they will just add themselves and they'll be in the classroom. And so you'll have this list here. You also can invite, let's see if I have that next. Add students and guardians, yep. You can invite their guardian to the classroom. So you would go in whatever tool you use, like Synergy or Infinite Campus, that's like Gradebook/student information system. And you would pull the parents' emails that you have for their contact and put them inside here. So you can attach their parents or guardians here. They will be able to get like a weekly, if you set it up, a weekly guardian email saying, hey, this is what your student has done in class this week or hasn't done in class this week. This is the progress. It's a progress report of how their students are doing weekly, which is very nice to kind of have that go out so parents are involved and know what's going on versus being blindsided when their kid has an F and you haven't called them up to that point. Hopefully you have, but maybe you haven't, which is okay. So that's where you would add students and invite your guardians. Your email summaries additionally also have missing work that's late, the time that the email was sent. That means like when whatever up to that point is late, It'll let the parent know upcoming work that's due today or tomorrow. If you send daily emails or work that's due in the upcoming week for weekly emails. It also shows you some class activity. It shows you the announcements, some assignments, and questions that were recently posted by the teachers. And so it's just a way that guardians can see what's going on in your classroom, which is very nice.